and let us all do we can to build a better future. It's interesting seeing corporate media and the Democratic establishment do cartwheels to defend Biden, asking if Biden would put more pressure on corporate America. Corporations are having record profits across industries. They're just doing great right now, folks. 10 out of 10 life-changing events for corporate media. I mean, they're doing great stuff, and yet corporate media asks, hey, wait a minute. Can Biden put more pressure on the corporations? Can he do that? Well, here's a shot at the case study QB. Let's listen to how MSNBC are going to twist this.
Dave, do you think you're going to see this administration put more pressure on corporate America? Yes, we hear over and over, input costs are high and we have to pass the costs on to consumers. At the same time, corporations are having record profits.
Hey, that's Jimmy Dore's best friend, the whole wide world.
Across industries. The fact that we saw the president make this statement about shrinkflation the other day, is that a window into what we're going to see more of in the coming months? No, we are unlikely to see any sort of regulation, but the president can certainly put public pressure.
Well, we might see more executive orders. I think we're going to hear more talk about what the Biden administration's done in regards to labor, the National Labor Relations Board. He has an issue.
Never forget that this administration told the railroad workers, hey, you can't go on strike. Get back to work, poor people.
He could talk about it pretty clearly if he wanted to. Elon Musk is trying to sue to blow up the entire labor board. Joe Biden has used it very aggressively. If you talk to people in unions, and Tom Suozzi called them out, they've been very satisfied with the way the Biden administration has approached labor compared to Barack Obama, compared to Bill Clinton. Joe Biden is very comfortable with that kind of populism, and the critiques of him are less about if he's focusing on the right issue. They're more about the way he's expressing it, the way he's enunciating it, frankly. Yes, you'll hear more of that, and that's one lesson they'll take from this election in New York. Suozzi was very clear that he was a populist. Let's give people a tax break in New York candidate, and let's get more jobs here. Let's defend the rights of labor. That is a message the Democrats are very comfortable. Joe Biden's very comfortable talking about.
Hey, folks, how do you feel about this administration making things a little bit tough for the corporations? You think Biden's going all in? I mean, we all saw the video on Super Bowl where, he's complaining about the size of ice cream containers, how they're getting smaller, or how bags of potato chips are filled with more air in it, and how he's going to hold corporations accountable. Hey, give the American people their snacks, give them their bread, so they're not worried about what's happening outside. Yes, Biden, keep leading the way for ice cream.
It is a tough needle to thread, because while the president can celebrate the fact that so many people are out there and have good jobs and there are more jobs available, when they leave work and they go to the grocery store, that whole paycheck is going to this.
Yes, that whole paycheck disappears. But let's talk about labor. Let's talk about these workers. For example, hey, Disney character actor seeking to join a union. Let's play this.
And sticking with Disney, character actors at its California theme park say they're looking to form a union. While around 35,000 workers at Disneyland already have labor unions, the roughly 1,700 actors dressed as Mickey, Minnie, and others do not. They say they're working with Actors Equity Association, which represents theater actors and stage managers across the U.S., Frank.
All right.
Yep. Hold on. But there's more. Flight attendants demand better wages and better benefits at Harry Reid International. They can barely make rent with their current pay.
Live look at Harry Reid International, where flight attendants from 3 different unions demanded better wages, better work rules, and stronger benefits.
Oh, hey, hey. Oh, oh. Corporate greed has got to go. Hey, hey. Oh, oh.
These flight attendants walking informational pickets at 30 airports across the country, representing 10 different airlines. They include Southwest, Allegiant, and Frontier. Reps of the union say about 100,000 flight attendants are currently working without contracts.
Everybody's out here because we all are fighting the same corporate greed. We're all in negotiations, and we need these corporations to get serious.
Local union president saying some new hires with these airlines say they could barely make rent with their current pay, and that the rate of pay just hasn't kept up with the rate of.
Now, hold on. There's more. Cisco is cutting 4,000 jobs.
Stock is down almost 4%, even though they're cutting costs by announcing layoffs. We've seen week after week, companies are coming out, cutting workers, and that stock price doesn't always go up. It used to be seen as a good thing for investors because it means they're trimming costs. I think now it's a worrying signal for the economy overall.
Used to be you landed a big tech job and you were doing well.
And you just kept getting stock.
Right.
And it kept going up.
Yes.
Yes, but now the corporations are just like, screw that. Screw the people.
Now it's not.
And yet the Biden administration is going to hold their feet to the fire. Oh, yeah, I'll be waiting for that, Democrats. You show us what you can do.
So good. Yeah, right.
I said the other day, I was speaking to one of my AI expert friends, and he said, people go into the boss's office, they're trying to negotiate a raise. You can't really do that anymore because the boss can come out and say, oh, well, in 2 years, AI is taking your job anyway.
Ooh.
It's something to be mindful of.
Yes, so shut up and enjoy your scraps. But it gets even better because this is how you know the Democrats are going to be losing big. Because, see, while union leadership might be going with the Democratic establishment, workers, on the other hand, not so much. So here we have Uber, Lyft, DoorDash drivers strike for better wages. Let's go ahead and play this video.
Right now, thousands of drivers for Uber, Lyft, and DoorDash are on strike demanding fair wages. NBC Stephen Romo joins us now from Newark International Airport. Stephen, good morning. What are drivers telling you?
Yeah, Jose, the group Justice for App Workers are organizing today at airports in 10 major cities across the country, including here in Newark, asking for, as you might expect, higher wages. The plan is for these striking drivers to not accept riders from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., specifically to and from airports. So they're hoping that will help get the company's attention. The drivers we talked to today saying that they are just having trouble making ends meet. They say that they're not seeing any of that. Here's more of what they had to say.
Most of the drivers, they have the perception as if, it's a modern day slavery they're doing. But since they are caught up in this web, they don't know what to do. But since they are new, and most of them are new in the country, and how expensive things are here, they are feeding families here and family back home as well. So now, they're not making anything.
We're bleeding now. Right now, I only make like $80 yesterday, all day working. Monday, $43 all day. How am I going to pay my rent?
Now, some of the other demands that drivers have, aside from a living wage, is an end to unfair deactivation from the cell as a right to unionize. Now, we have heard from Uber and Lyft about the demonstrations today. They both say that they are listening to their drivers and trying to improve the driver experience. Uber saying that these demonstrations like this rarely have any effect on driver availability or even the pricing of these rides. Jose?
But hold on, folks. Just so you all know, what's the top priority for the Democrats, especially for people like Biden? Because we've covered this before. Again, breaking: Nancy Pelosi's portfolio is at another all-time high. NVIDIA closed at an all-time high yesterday. Her NVIDIA Deep ITM call option is now up almost 696% since she entered 2 months ago. Jeez Louise, Nancy. She's made over $1,400,000 in 84 days. See her full portfolio. At Unusual Whales. So there you go. That's priority one for the Democrats. Hey, but this right here's classic. Never ask a woman her age, a man his salary, or how Nancy Pelosi, how she's so good at trading. Goodness gracious, Nancy. You're just living it up. And these politicians are once again proving to all of us that they will only say things we want to hear during the election cycle. That somehow Biden is going to hold corporations' feet to the fire. He needs those corporations, those lobby groups, Wall Street executives, and big banks to fund his campaign. But everyone can sense how weak Biden is. Everyone can sense firsthand how hypocritical Biden is, which is why people are abandoning ship. If Biden does win the presidency in this election cycle, for this 2024 election cycle, it will be a miracle. Be by the skin of his teeth. That's if his dentures don't fall out, of course. But Democrats, in 2020, you were supposed to, in theory, change things, and which, by all the way, you still kind of technically have the power to do, or could have done, if you chose to. But instead, you went along with business as usual, and nothing fundamentally changed. And for that, that's going to cost you the election. And while you might have union leadership on your side, do you have the people? Do you have their enthusiasm? And the answer is the most definite no, because things are expensive under the Biden economy. I'll end this segment with my favorite question, the one that resonates with everybody the most. How's this economy treating you? Type 1 for, oh, Kit, it's so great. 3 meals a day, full tank of gas, roof over my head, bills paid, able to get medicine, and you know what? I have enough money in my hip back pocket for a just-in-case emergency. God forbid. Type 2, no, man. No, things are bad, dude. Why you keep asking that question? You know the answer. You know the answer to it. It sucks. Everything sucks. This economy sucks. Biden sucks. Everything sucks. I don't know how I'm going to make it past tomorrow. And I think we all could relate to that because the Democrats have allowed the system to fester as bad as it is right now. They're not going to fight for us. But it is interesting that corporate media will do these little fluff pieces of, oh, Biden will be harder, a little bit tougher on corporations, but we just got to reelect him into office. Really? When the man doesn't even know where he's at, I doubt he's going to tell any corporate CEO just what to do. They'll nod, laugh, and walk away.